there are bare spots in this area. This was all filled with pots, okay? And so Harvest Day is the day that we sell probably most of the pots, because people will come up during the year and say, which tastes the best? No, I don't want that. Which tastes the best? Well, you know, everybody's palate is different. So we encourage people to come, especially at Harvest Day, to taste the grapes, and then they can make the selection. Because some people like it not too sweet, some people like it real sweet, some of them like without, most of the people want it without seeds. But there are people who don't mind. So we will start propagating tomorrow, maybe even this morning, and eventually we will fill all these tables. It will be jam full. And we will sell these at $5 a piece, and this will help to defray some of the costs that we have here at the Hort Center. Now, we get, as you probably already know, we get mentioned in the newspapers here. We also get into the Sunset periodically, and so, you know, we're well known, and we're probably I can say we're the best Hort Center in the state. And we have a number of people, even when I've gone to plant shows, or even here, you know, we get people from other counties who come to see what's going on, and kind of envious. And but we enjoy having them come, so it's great. Now, we're known as the Grape Bunch, as Rose will tell you. She's our chief, and Diana is the second chief. And we will welcome any of you who would like to work in the vineyard. And as has been already said, there are people who come month after month after month because they see different things happening throughout this demonstration center. Not only the vineyard, but the citrus, the vegetables, just everything, including the water efficient landscape out in front. So, anybody have any questions? Yes?
Just about fertilizing. You said none of the grapes are fertilized?
We have not fertilized, no. And they seem to be doing just fine.
I guess
Can you answer that a little?
That's good.
No, I don't know. Chuck, they're asking about fertilizing. We said they don't fertilize.
We don't fertilize. Yeah.
That's correct.
We've quit fertilizing them.
You don't need to.
You don't need to.
The roots are deep, the leaves are green, the production's high.
We have lots of compost, mulch on top.
Oh, so you do have compost.
Mulch. Wood chips.
Mulch, yeah,
Alright.
wood chips. Becomes compost.
Right.
But in the pots, though, I think when we think of it, we might do a pinch of fertilizer in each pot. We're talking 360
Initially.
pots. So.
Well, yeah, and you can see the growth is not the best on some of these. Maybe they were pruned later and then
They were pruned.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they were pruned. Just because you taught us to.
Well, in a month or so, you'll see this all green. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Well, what kind of fertilizer and how much do you use in each pot?
A
You say
little
a pinch, but
nitrogen.
what kind of fertilizer?
Rose, you've been putting in
Ammonium
nitrogen?
sulfate
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
nitrogen. Yeah.
for the promote the growth,
Yeah.
and then we quit after that because
Yeah.
this usually once a season if we think of it.
What about something like Osmocote? Did you ever think of that? So it would last longer?
Osmocote is a kind of fertilizer that most of you are familiar with, little pellets. Well, one time we discovered that the fertilizer comes out, but the little coats are still there, so it holds water. And so it becomes like a little water capsule. And I think I did a talk on that once for a class, because they were wondering what that pest was, or were they eggs or what. And they brought
They
it
look
in.
like snail eggs.
Yeah, snail eggs, and it was the Osmocote pellets that are empty. So we don't use those just because of the water retention that it potentially has.
And aren't they temperature sensitive too?
Are they temperature sensitive?
Yeah, I thought that they.
Maybe some, yeah.
Yeah, some.
70 degrees.
Yeah.
They break down.
That's when they,
Well, I don't know, but the ones that I saw, they didn't break down, and that was kind of weird. So yeah, that's so that's. I hope that answered the question. Okay. So we really don't use fertilizer except to get the plant started. We've had outstanding grapes here. I was telling them earlier, I don't know if you heard, we're relatively disease and pest free.
Except for one.
Except that season with the powdery mildew. Yeah.
What do you do about that?
We didn't mention, Rose, we do also have the arbor because there are a number of people who like to do it in an arbor fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it helps them to know.
She did mention it.
You did, I'm sorry.
And that she has both cane and spur up there.
Now, Rose, is the reason you have the roses at the end of the rose is your mildew indicators?
I was trying to copy Napa Valley, actually. No, actually, the roses are part of the same family.
Don't go there.
Okay, never mind.
It's purely aesthetic.
Aesthetic.
Aesthetic. It's not as a mildew indicator. or
No,
anything like
not
that.
at all,
Okay.
because
It's a different species of mildew,
Okay.
and they have different requirements.
and I don't think we've had mildew on these roses when we've gotten them on the grapes. Of course,
What do you do about that problem of mildew on your grapes? I have this problem. Ruby red.
Yeah. Well, I'll just mention, I have a backpack sprayer that has an engine on it, and it has an air blast, so I can get really through the canopy real nicely. And I used to use sulfur, then I used milk one year. I talked about that in the lecture, and it worked so-so. I got some mildew still. But then I used that oil most of the year, and it works really well. And I sprayed 10 to 13 times from early April or mid-April all the way till about June. So it's a lot of spraying. It's a big job.
okay, go ahead.
So are we going to go look at grapes? Do you want to show us various grapes
What,
this spring?
are you done, Connie?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Usually we tend to run over. Did you want to see? Sure.
Yeah.